Hi, Thinkerknitters. I'm Tom Knoll, president of CIMI Corporation. We are getting a lot of interesting news on the notion of internet regulation, both plus and minus, and this is probably as good a time as any to look at the topic maybe with a little more seriousness and breadth. On the one hand, we've got this new notion of the American Internet Moratorium Act, which would give the internet exemption from any changes in regulation for 2 years. There's a lot of people who seem to think that could be a good idea. Then on the other hand, we've got a recent proposal that perhaps cloud computing itself is going to have to be regulated because of the fact that the services that it can offer and that the things that you can do with it are so vague that it's really a major risk to business and consumer protection, just because we don't have any standards or anybody who's really in a position to enforce them. So this is really the question and the dilemma of the internet. On the one hand, you don't want the freedom of the internet to innovate to be suppressed. On the other hand, you've got to understand that in order for the internet to be accepted as a true alternative to the public switch telephone network, for example, we're going to have to be able to rely on it to the same extent that we do other services. And regulations are, so far at least, the only way that we can assume that the industry is going to follow through and deliver what everybody pays for. There's also some questions about whether some of the issues of the internet, for example, privacy, are really going to be handled best by commercial consensus, and whether or not we need some kind of regulation to guide the way that people, for example, enforce privacy dictates, or whether, for example, we permit free speech on Facebook to have the same status as it has elsewhere. People are groping with these issues in most of the rest of the world. The debates here in the US, which is the birthplace of the internet, seem somehow kind of trivial and politicized. Maybe we should try to do a little bit better job here of raising the real issues before someone raises them for us. Thank you. I'm Tom Knoll.